Hey everybody, my name is Ashley Rush and I'm an independent creative memories advisor located in North Carolina. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about something that we are all very familiar with, scraps. We get tons and tons of scraps from all of the cutting we do for our projects. If you're like most people, you throw those scraps away and you don't think twice about it. But some people get a little paranoid about those scraps and they just hate to throw them away. I have a couple of customers who even file away each and every scrap based upon color and size. For me, that's a little bit of overkill, but I do feel a little guilty when I throw my scraps away. So I'm going to talk to you guys about some different things you can do using your scraps. I can easily see this turning into a series, so I'm just going to go over one such tip today, and we'll see what happens in the future. For this project, you of course are going to need lots of your paper scraps. You're going to need your cutting mat, your circle cutter, and then a tape runner as well. So let's get started. I'm pretty much going to use my small scraps here. Scraps that are like at least 1/4 of an inch thick and then a couple inches long. So I've got a handful of those. I'm going to move my larger scraps aside. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to find one scrap to use as my base. This scrap doesn't really need to be important. It is really just going to be used as the glue to hold everything together. So my least favorite pattern is this fish pattern, so I'm going to use that as my base because we're not going to see it at all when we're done. And then what you're going to do is you're going to just put that down. I'm going to add some tape runner to the length of that scrap. And now I'm just going to work on layering my scraps to create a large block or design. So I'm not really doing anything in particular, nothing special, just sort of layering as I go. It's okay if they overlap some. In fact, that might even be better. As you can see, I'm just building using that base. Now these were all from the same collection, so I can pretty much be guaranteed that they match. But you can mix and match multiple collections as well. Let's see, what haven't I used yet? Now you guys can see I have taken this strip and I've completely covered it with more strips of coordinating paper. So this is where the fun part comes. Now you can cut this new block of paper into any design you like. If things are a little flimsy, like as you can see, this strip here is only barely holding on, you can flip everything over and add a second or third strip to firm everything up. So yeah, let's do that. Again, I'm not really using any sort of scientific measuring. I'm just using these guys to help cement those strips together. Now, this alone looks pretty cool. I could see myself adding that to a page, but I'm going to go a step further and I'm going to cut a circle out of my design. I am going to end up losing some of my edges and that's okay, but let's see. This circle, or this rectangle is approximately 4 inches tall and maybe about 4 inches wide. So let's try and get a 4-inch circle out of here. I'm gonna take my circle cutter and I'm gonna come down to my 4, and I think I'm gonna go 1 hatch mark smaller, just to be sure. I'm gonna tighten my knob, and I'm gonna place this roughly in the center. Now this is all guesswork from here. And now I'm just gonna try and get a 3.8-inch circle out of my design. As you can see, you have to move carefully because it's going to want to catch on some of your smaller pieces of paper. So just work yourself around. Now that part I know is not going to be included, so I don't feel bad pushing it up and out of the way. All right, so you make a little bit of a mess as other pieces come apart, but in the end, you come up with a perfect circle with all of those scraps together. So I'm gonna set this stuff aside. I kind of feel like this needs a base to sort of ground it. So I'm gonna cut out a larger circle out of a coordinating sheet of cardstock. For this, I'm going to use our hot fudge. It's like a nice, deep, rich brown. Not to be confused with rich brown, which was another color. And for this, I might as well go up to the full 4 inches. Right, this should be a much easier cut to make. There won't be any edges for you to catch on. But of course, because no one's perfect, I didn't push all the way through on one. So let's just cut it again. There. Now I have my base circle and I have my scrap circle that I can center. Alright, so what are we going to do with this little circle? It will be great to use for a background on our photo, sort of overlaying. Let's see, I don't have a 4x6 on me, but if you were to tuck it behind a photo, it just gives it a little pop of color that coordinates with your design. It'll also make a great spot to put a title icon or something underneath, but I'm going to use it as a place to put a sticker cluster or a embellishment cluster. So just something to pop off. So let's see. I can't decide if I want the lines to go up and down or side to side. Let's try that maybe. Okay. I am just sort of going with the flow here. I'm adding some foam squares to the back of one of my stickers to really give it some dimension. I'm going a little crazy, but I'm also using a smaller size square than I typically would. Right. I'm just going to sort of offset that on top of the wood. see, do I have any other stickers I can throw under here? Walking in the woods. That's mostly titles. Maybe a couple of these leaves. Sort of tucked under here as well. And we've made ourselves a cute little cluster. Now you can keep adding stickers here. The trick is to make sure you're doing odd numbers so that it doesn't look wonky and off balanced. But what do you guys think? I love this way of using my scraps. I love that I don't have to put too much thought into it. I just mix and match and then cut a shape out. Circles work wonders. Some of our other custom cutting shapes, like we have our rectangular shapes, that would work really well with this. If this is something you guys like, let me know in the comment section, and I will bring you another video in which I use this to create monogram letters, which is also really cool. If this is your first time watching, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. And if you never want to miss a video, hit that bell as well. I'm so close to hitting my next goal for subscribers. And if you don't follow me on my Facebook and Instagram channels, then you don't know. But when I hit that next goal, I will be hosting a rummage sale with my own personal things. It's sort of like a de-hoarding sale. I'll be offering up items that were limited edition or promo packs or even advisor exclusives that weren't previously available per purchase, and I will be offering that up to my fans. So make sure you guys are sharing this channel with your crafty and scrapbooking friends so we can reach that goal together. Thank you all for tuning in. I can't wait to see you again next week. Bye!